With just a few weeks to go now to the June primaries, the 7 Republican gubernatorial candidates tried to distinguish themselves at News Center Maine's Voice of the Voter debate last night. Those candidates discussed how they plan to run the state if elected governor. Our Christian Harsa was watching that debate and has the top takeaways from the night.
Welcome to News Center Maine's first Voice of the Voter candidate debate.
The focus of Wednesday's debate, specific solutions.
Solutions to some of the many challenges that the next governor of Maine is going to face.
Among those challenges lies the state's economy.
This budget has grown $6.44 billion under Mills.
Bobby Charles, like many on that stage, wants to cut spending and taxes, dismayed by the direction of the state's budget.
It's reckless. It has crashed this economy.
Cutting income and property taxes were both on the table. To account for that, Robert Wessels called for a hiring freeze.
We also need to create work requirements for anybody receiving Maine care and end government help for non-citizens.
Some called for a widespread defunding of the Department of Health and Human Services. Owen McCarthy proposed a more measured approach to help Mainers on welfare.
So if they work a little more, they can get 80% of the benefits, 60% of the benefits. Step off of that, it's a win-win.
A state report shows Maine is 80,000 homes short of what it needs. Real estate developer David Jones says he is the man to build them, and he'd start with less regulations.
Those regulations, they add about between $80,000 and $120,000 per single family home. That's insane.
To aid and attract businesses, Jonathan Bush wants to show executives Maine's finest.
You meet them at the end of the jetway and you wrap them up and you take them on a tour. And when they get back on that plane, there is a contract in their hand.
On the topic of energy, somewhat breaking rank from his Republican colleagues, Ben Midgley was more sympathetic to the green economy.
I'm fine with renewables as long as they don't do it on the backs of Maine ratepayers. You've got $200 million a year that we're paying in stranded costs for this connection.
Throughout the hour-and-a-half debate, the 7 were exceptionally critical of Democrats.
It's like a greatest hits album of crazy Democrat ideology.
But Garrett Mason stood out, calling for tempered expectations and rhetoric, given the possibility for split state control.
I'm going to fight for a Republican legislature every single day. But even if we don't, we have to have somebody with the experience to go through and navigate that and get it done anyways.
These 7 candidates will face off again at the ballot box in less than a month on June 9th. In Portland, Christian Harsa, News Center, Maine.
By the way, we will have our Democratic gubernatorial debate tonight. There are 5 candidates in that race. You can tune in for that starting at 7 p.m. here on News Center Maine and on our free streaming app.